Okay, now here we'll have around 4 to 5 small medium-sized tomatoes, and I'll be cutting it like so here. And when the next part, we will just like stretching it apart, make sure they're not sticking together, and we should have round pieces like so. If they're smaller or bigger, it doesn't really matter. This is how our tomatoes should look. Now here we have our turmeric, fresh turmeric. You can use either fresh turmeric or you can use powder. And I'll be peeling all the skin off of the fresh turmeric. And as you can see, my hands are a bit orange or yellowish from how strong the color is from this. Now we will be placing it in a garlic press. You can do this or you can just smash it with a knife if you like, but I find this a lot more easier. Next, we'll take one shallot and we're going to cut off the top and the bottom and peel off our skin. We continue to peel our skins off. This is pretty tedious, but you manage to get through, and this is how it should look. And next, we're just going to cut it up. You can cut it up in any shape. I prefer this type because I can taste it a little bit more. I like tasting my shallots. Next we have our onion. Now we're going to cut our onion in small pieces. I like them in small pieces preferably because I like the crunch. You can cut them in long pieces, but it's any way you want to. But this is how mine look. I'm out here in the garden. It's freezing cold morning, but here's some fresh spinach that have been growing for about a couple of months now. So I've been picking them off, as you can see, quite a bit. So I come out here a lot to get my fresh vegetables, fruits and vegetables, when I do need to cook with them. On the other side of my garden, I have my scallions and onions and all that stuff growing. As you can see, of course, I've been picking a lot of this. I don't get much of my produce from the store no more. I get it from the outside in the garden. This is our winter garden crop. And I'm going to pull about two long strips of the scallions. And here they are together. They're a bit dirty, but I'm going to wash them off before we cut them. Okay, now here's the spinach just washed off. I'm going to just stack them all together just to make it easier to cut. And then I'm just going to just cut them. Now next I will cut the green onion, scallion, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to fold it, and it makes it a little bit more easier to cut because it's so fresh, so it's a little bit slippery. I'm going to cut that. And now you have your spinach and green onions. Now these are 4 eggs in one of our nesting boxes in our chicken coop in our backyard. And I'm going to have to go to the next nesting box to get more eggs because we're going to have to use more. Okay, now so I was able to get 4 more eggs, so we have 8 total or more. Now we're going to crack them all into a bowl. Now we have here eggshells we're going to put in our compost. We actually have 8 or 9 eggs here. Now we're mixing it. Here we're going to add our teaspoon of black pepper. And here we have our Himalayan pink salt, and we're going to add half a teaspoon at this portion, and we're going to save the other half for the next part. Now at this point we're going to mix well. Now with the fresh turmeric we grinded earlier in our garlic press, we're going to add to our egg mixture. And then we stir that in. And here we have 2 tablespoons of organic olive oil. I'm going to coat the pan with. And with my hand, or you can use a basting brush, you can spread that around. Now with our tomatoes we cut up earlier, we're going to lay them like so at the bottom of your pan. And here we have a pan that we're going to put in the oven. You can do this 2 different ways. You can bake it in the oven, or you can bake it on the stovetop. Now you use a pan and you just put a top on it on a low heat and keep it on for about 5 minutes. But here we're going to do it inside of a pan that's going to be put in the oven. Now with our other spices or vegetables, we are going to, no particular order, we can just toss that around, but preferably you want to lay it flat so the eggs will be evenly coated at the bottom with your vegetables. Now with your egg mixture, now you are going to pour, like shown, over all of your vegetables. Now if you're cooking this on stovetop, you might want to add a little bit of butter. If you don't use butter, you can add olive oil to your pan and coat the bottom of your pan well with olive oil. Here we have our fresh basil, and we're going to put that on top. Don't worry about mixing any of it. Right now, this is optional. You can add some fresh mozzarella, organic mozzarella, and just spread it on top. You do not have to mix like I said earlier. Just spread it right on top, and that should do it. So now we are going to place some of our fresh homemade organic paprika from our peppers. Now everything is prepared to put the top on top of your pan and place this in the oven on 350 degrees for 5 to 8 minutes. Now here I'm showing you, this is after 3 minutes in the oven. And as you can see, it's a little bubbly on the side. And this is after 5 to 8 minutes. And it's complete and done. Ready to serve. And what I like about this is your vegetables are quite fresh still. As you can see, as I'm slicing it, you can see how extremely soft and fluffy this is. I hope you all give this a try. It's delicious, it's fresh, organic. Please like, subscribe, and comment for more organic Ray and Rab's healthy recipes. We'll see you soon.